Rise and shine, my friends. It is time for another travel day. I always start the morning off with a protein shake. I heard long ago that you should have 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking up, so I always do that. I got my son some school snacks and then sent him out the door. And then I did a little walking on the treadmill. I love that I can watch Netflix on the treadmill. It just keeps me motivated to keep on going. Hello and good morning, everyone. Travel day. We are going to Antigua tomorrow. So we are flying from New York. Ethan's texting me, hold on. Okay. We're flying from New York. So we gotta do all the things today. I'm gonna go for a walk now, get some steps in. I have a nail appointment at 11. Ethan and I are gonna go to a little sushi lunch about 1:30 or so. Kev will get home between like 3:30, 3:45, and then I'll be like rushing him, and we will take a train to the city and stay overnight there. So I'm kind of in like a little bit of a rush. It is 8:03 a.m. so let's get out there and get walking. It's pretty cold out this morning. It is 45 degrees. I think the high is only 58, so not super warm. I actually am wondering if I should have had like a little sweatshirt on. Like I have like just a thin shirt on, not anything that's like super warm. So usually I come down to this trail. If I do the whole thing, there's multiple parts to the trail. If I do the two like original spots, it's 5 miles. I don't know, they added in a new section that opened, I don't know, probably a few months ago, and I've never done that, so I don't know how long that is. I probably will try to do like 3 miles now. I did 1 mile at home before I left, like because it was too cold and dark. So I wanted to wait to get out here until it was a little warmer and a little sunnier. And I've been trying to walk 5 miles a day for a few months now. It's something that I just realized I need to do. I try to do it first thing in the morning, or else I'll get lazy and I just won't do it. But I work from home and I'm super sedentary. If I don't actively try to get out and move my body, there's days where I could get 1,000 steps or less, and it's just sort of unacceptable. So now I just make it a point to get 10,000 steps of exercise, and then whatever steps I get beyond that. So usually I'll range between like 11,000 and 16,000 for the day. So since most of the people that watch my travel day vlogs, I think are like returning viewers who always watch my videos, so I'll tell you a quick story about my walk. So I usually go to the gym around the same time that Ethan goes to school. So it's not uncommon for us to leave the house together. So a few weeks ago, I was like, okay, E, I'm going with you. He's like, okay. So I go out, I get in his car, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to school with you. He's like, whatever. So we go, and we live like 2 minutes from his school, like a little over a half mile. And I could see he's freaking out the whole time that we're driving. He's like, what are you doing? What are we doing? I'm like, just go to school. Just go to school. That's it. So we finally get to the school, and there's like, a bus entrance and a parking entrance. He's like, so where am I going? I'm like, Ethan, just park like you're going to school. I'm going to school with you. It's take your mom to school day. This kid is all freaked out. So finally he parks, and he's like, you're gonna have to walk 10 feet behind me, Mom. Now I go to school with him all the time. I go to the sporting events. I know all of his friends. Like, the kids would be happy to see me, okay? So anyway, I'm like, he is just freaked out. Then I'm like, all right, Ethan, I got my fanny pack, I have my water, I have my phone and my AirPods. He's like, oh, you're going to walk the trail. And you get to see the relief over his face. And so the trail that I'm walking on has multiple entrances, but one of them is in the parking lot of his school. So yeah, he dropped me off and then I had to walk home. But that kid was freaked out that I was going to school with him. And if you're someone who walks outside or runs outside, only put one headphone in. Every time I walk, I see everyone with 2 headphones in. That's how you get kidnapped, my friends. You have to be able to like hear your surroundings, okay? For safety. 1 AirPod, that's it. Also, it's still pretty cold out here. So pretty much everyone that I've passed is wearing like either a winter coat, a thick sweatshirt, and then like hat and gloves. Now, I don't think it's hat and gloves weather. I mean, it's in the 40s. It's not, I mean, unless you're from Florida, I don't think it's that bad. But my thin sweater is not really cutting it. I am a little chilly, and I thought I'd warm up faster than I am, but you know, sometimes when you sweat and then you get cold, so I almost feel like it's breezy and it's making it colder to me. All right, all done. And I got a parking spot right next to Ethan today. I came about half hour after he went to school. So let's see what we're at. So it's a little over 3 miles long, about an hour. Usually takes me about 90 minutes to do 5 miles, and I already did a little over a mile at home. All right, time for the nail salon. It is 10:40 a.m. I am totally undecided about what color I'm gonna go with. Probably pink, I don't know. I would like to go for something more like dark, like burgundy, fallish, and I always feel that way. But then it's like I'm going somewhere like warm and tropical, and then I just feel like dark burgundy is not right. But maybe for next month, for November, maybe I'll do a little, something a little darker. I almost forgot my tip money. I had to run back in and get the tips for my nail person. You can't tip on the card where I go, and it's kind of a hassle because then I feel like I've forgotten multiple times and I have to like run to the ATM. But what I like to do is when you are going to a resort, you have to make sure that if you're tipping in US dollar, that your bills are all like clean, unworn, unripped, not old. And so what I do is whenever I get 5s or 1s that are like ripped or tattered, I save those on my desk in a little cup, and that's what I use when I go to the nail salon. So I make sure that I'm only bringing new bills with me to tip. Because if you're gonna tip, you wanna make sure that they're able to spend the money, right? You can't be like giving them something that they can't use. So I luckily remembered before I left. Threw the laundry in. So when I get back, I'll switch the laundry, finish cleaning up a little bit. I'll show you what I have packed. So I'm like jam-packed like usual. Like you guys probably know, like I always bring a lot of stuff. Well, I decided I only wanted to bring 1 suitcase. So we are bursting at the seams. So yeah, I don't know if that was gonna be a good idea or not, but I still have some time to change over to another suitcase if I think I need it. I went with pink. I don't remember the shade, but I did take a picture of it, so I'll type it in. It's freezing out, guys. Like I think it's because it's windy. I don't think it was windy yesterday, but it's really windy, and it is 55 right now, so it really hasn't warmed up. It is chilly. I got my heated seater, what the heck's it called? Heated seats. I got the heat on. Oh, it is chilly. So I'm gonna go home now, and I don't know what I gotta do. I gotta finish cleaning. I gotta make sure that all of my, that the bags are good to go, because when Kevin gets home, then we gotta skedaddle. And we're not in a rush. I'm in a rush always, because the sooner that I can get to New York, the sooner that I can go to bed. And I'm always concerned about going to bed early. Let me show you what kind of mess we're working with today. All right, so I said we were just doing 1 suitcase. So I have 1 away suitcase, and then this bag does not even close. It's full, and it is so incredibly heavy. I can't even describe it to you. So we're just gonna take this, Kev's gonna take his backpack, and then I just have my hats in here. But yeah, this is a problem. And you're probably like, well, why are you suffering through this? Like, why are you only taking one suitcase? And it's just easier when we're going to New York to have like less bags, because it never fails that at least once, but sometimes 2 or 3 times, we're going to be at a place where either the elevator is broken or the escalator is broken, and we're gonna have to carry everything up the stairs. It happens every single trip in different places, so it's just easy to have less. And we are going for 4 nights, so 5 nights if you consider our New York stay tonight. So like, I should be able to pack in 1 suitcase. And I knew that the pink bag that I'm taking, I knew that that was gonna be an issue, because there's actually stuff in there. Like, there's clothes in the bottom of it. Like, there's shoes, there's the treat bags, like there's just stuff that I need. So it's gonna work. It should be better tomorrow, because obviously we'll be wearing some of the clothes that are in the pink bag onto the plane tomorrow. So it should be a little better. And then we're gonna have 1 more bag, because we're gonna take dinner with us and some drinks and stuff like that. So we will have 1, I'll probably just bring like a throwaway like Target bag or something. So we will have a few bags, but I gotta try to reorganize my pink bag a little bit, because this is a whole situation. I'm gonna make Kevin take the treat bags and the passports, so that should free up a little room. It should be fine now. He's not taking my laptop, which he hates when I take my laptop because it's so big and heavy. I don't know why, because it's a MacBook Air. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be that heavy, but that should free up a little bit of space for me. I don't need to close it all the way. I don't know. I gotta do better than this, you know? So we're making some progress here. We're gonna do it. All right, I got it zipped a little bit. I'm happy with this. As long as I'm not gonna be like losing things all over the train station, I think this is good. And Kev could probably like push it down for me after. It's hard to zip and like close it at the same time. Like, it's really like a 2-person job. For dinner, so we're gonna eat dinner on the train, and my original thought was that I was just gonna get sandwiches because I absolutely love sandwiches. So I was going to go to Jersey Mike's and get those. And side note, one of my viewers, I think, sent me a Jersey Mike gift card, but I don't know who it's from because they emailed it to me, and the to and the from is both my name. So I don't know who to thank, and I haven't used it yet because I don't really know who it's from. But I love sandwiches and I love Jersey Mike's, and that's an awesome gift, but I don't know who it's from. So that was my plan. I was gonna do a sandwich, but I realized this morning that I had 3 hot dog buns left. So I just took hot dogs out of the freezer earlier, and I'm just gonna throw those in the air fryer and then make that, because I think that's like easy enough to eat on the train. And I was gonna do this when I got back from lunch with Ethan, but in case our lunch goes long, or for some reason Kev comes home early, which he wouldn't because it's a school, so I don't know, it would probably be a big emergency if he got out of school early. But I just figure they're not gonna be warm regardless of when I make them, whether I make them now or in 2 hours from now. We're gonna eat them, they're gonna be lukewarm or cold. So I figure I'll just make them now while I'm thinking about it. So we'll do the hot dogs, probably like some goldfish, and then some cookies. If you know anything about Kev and I, we like sweet treats. I like to have a little bit of everything. I don't ever like to be without something, because like if I'm like, ooh, I really want something salty or I want something sweet, I would rather have it than have to, like, when we're at the hotel where we're staying, we're in the middle of nowhere. Like, sure, like they do have the little pantry thing, at the Hilton, so that's good. But I just like to be like as prepared as I can be. So it's 12:40 now. Ethan and I will be doing lunch in about an hour or so. That's typical for us. So we do lunch usually on Thursdays, and 90% of the time it is sushi. If we don't do sushi, he likes this food truck called Burrito Mia. And he likes burrito ramen from there, and I usually get the burrito. We did that last week? No, we had sushi last week. So 2 weeks ago we had the burrito. And we go usually on Thursdays because he gets out of school early on Thursdays. So that's usually why we go on Thursdays. But then when sports happen, so when he does indoor track, which starts soon, that starts around Thanksgiving, and then when he does baseball, which that starts in like March or April, then we can't do the Thursday thing any longer because then he has practice or meets or games every single day. So I'm gonna get going on this food. All right, dinner's done. So put everything back in the hot dog bag and we're good to go. I'm starving, so I always have a protein shake when I get up, and then when I got back from my walk, I just had a granola bar. So I haven't eaten, so I'm pretty hungry, but I don't know, it's like too close to eating lunch, you know, that I don't feel like having a snack, so I think I'm just gonna suffer through my hunger. All right, I'm at sushi, just waiting for Ethan to get here. He called me and he's trying to get out of the parking lot. You know, high school parking lots are tricky. What was I gonna say? We'll see if he wants to participate in vlogging today. You know, he did so good at art day. He'll probably be like, no, it really depends like what his hair looks like. If he's like, no, I'm not having a good hair day, he's not gonna want to talk to y'all. So we'll see how he feels. No. You don't want to vlog today?
No,
how come?
I'm not going on vacation.
I know, but you're here with me. You did such good vlogging last month. I thought maybe you'd want to continue on. No, you don't want to. Okay, it is 3:56. Uber was called. Oh gosh, where did it just go? And it is 14 minutes away. And let me show you my fit. I look like a homeless person. So I have a black shirt on. I have a blue sweatshirt and I have gray sweatpants. And I look like a homeless person. And you probably already know this, but I usually leave so much clothes behind, and usually probably 95% of the time, whenever we're going to New York, I try to wear 100% things that I'm going to leave behind. So everything that I'm wearing will be staying, like socks, underwear, shirts, everything is gonna go in the garbage. And then it just is less that I have to take with me. But if you see me ever on a travel day and you're like, why does she look so atrocious? They're just throwaway clothes. But Uber should be here soon. I have not looked at the train schedule because I don't like to freak myself out and be like, oh, I hope we can get on this one, and then we miss it. So I'm not gonna look until we get a little closer. Oh gosh, now our ride's 17 minutes away. How is this happening? All right.
Here?
Yeah, it's fine. We have a 20-minute rate for our train here. And I like the little train car. So I don't want anyone else to get it.
Usually it's towards the back, so that's why we're towards the back.
Our Uber was fine. There was a bit of traffic, maybe 10 minutes of standstill traffic, all lanes, and then just all of a sudden it just was cleared. Who's driving did the Uber remind you of?
I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh, I thought this was gonna be just an automatic, immediately.
Wendy?
Wendy, yes. Wendy.
Sorry for watching.
Wendy, I hate to call you out, but the
Yeah.
Uber driver drove just like you. Just like you.
And the thing is, Connecticut, it's like all the time traffic now. And people that moved out, my father-in-law, says every time he comes here, there's just traffic everywhere. And he's right. And everybody I talk to that comes back to Connecticut or visiting, there's just traffic all the time.
New Haven, this is the train to Grand Central. The next station is West Haven. West Haven Station.
You need it.
Made it into our little car. It was kind of a fight to the death situation.
It didn't stop where it's supposed to stop, and it pulled up, kept pulling up, so we had to
Run.
rush.
We had to run. I was running. I was like a track star.
Cut people.
Well, we did, yeah.
But there's enough space up in front.
There's so much room. Like there's not a lot of people got on the train. Like 50. I don't know. Like not that many people.
It's gonna get packed later, probably when we get to Stanford, especially. Come for the ride. So I want to thank John, a viewer of ours, and a client of Brittany's. They went to Atelier, probably were here not too long ago, but they sent me a case of different kinds of beers all over the country. And all the ones I've tried so far are delicious. I think I had like 3 or 4, but I wanted to have this on the train and say to you, John, cheers, and let's try it. This one's Pixel 4K or 4K Pixel. This one is from Phase 3 Brewing out of, I'm not sure, Phase 3, Illinois. So some have been from Illinois, like Indiana area. So, another good one. This one's really good. So cheers, John. I hope you enjoyed Atelier, probably yours, and your wife also. Cheers.
To our room. We've had this room before. I like to pick rooms on the end, generally on the first floor. Kev's like, we stayed here before? I'm like, yeah, we have. What time is it? Almost 9? I think it's almost 9 p.m. Uneventful day. The biggest event that we had was when we got here, we tried to sign up for the shuttle at 5 a.m. and the shuttle is booked. The only time we could go was 3 a.m. or 6 a.m., which 3 a.m. definitely does not work for me, and 6 a.m. would be too late. So we'll just Uber. She felt bad, so she gave us one of each snack that they had for the members. So we got Smart Food, we got some Planters, and some Lorna Downs, and some waters. So overall, not a bad day. We're going to call it a night. We will see you bright and early. Not at 3 a.m., but we will see you bright and early tomorrow. Good night. Good morning from JFK in the Admiral's Lounge. I guess I'll fill you in a little bit. When we left off with you last night, we were planning to take an Uber because we could not get the 5 a.m. shuttle. They called us on the room phone like an hour later and said there was an opening on the 5:30 shuttle, and did we want that? I was cutting it like a little close to boarding. I'm not someone who wants to chance it. I want to be like at the airport and know like all is good. But I said, what the heck? Like, we know that this airport is very efficient. Every airline has their own terminal. So generally the security for American Airlines is really quick. And it was. We got here with an hour before boarding, got into the lounge, had a little quick breakfast. Our gate moved, so it's actually right when you get out of the Admiral Lounge. It's right there. We're actually sitting.
Yeah, we're looking at it.
We're looking at our plane right now. So the stars just kind of aligned. Everything's just working out good so far. So hopefully our flight takes off on time and we get to warm paradise, because it is freezing here. Like
46.
I just keep talking, like since yesterday, that like we need to like everywhere needs to turn the heat on. The train was freezing yesterday. They were blasting air conditioning. But yeah, we're ready to go. So our flight was really good. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. So we flew American Airlines business class from New York City to Antigua, and the food was good. The flight attendant that we had was actually so nice. Actually, a little spoiler, on the way home, our flight attendant was really nice as well. So I would say as a whole, our round trip experience was really nice. But this is going to do it for the end of the travel day. You can look forward to 4 daily vlogs and a review video from the Veranda Resort Antigua. So if you are not subscribed, you're going to want to subscribe to see those videos, and we will see you next Sunday.